What is up, everybody? It is Tog here, and welcome back to the second part, but the first chapter of Until Dawn. And I know it says it in the title what this chapter is called, but I'll wait until we get in to say it out loud, and I'll describe it once we get in. I think there's a couple of cutscenes. Let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure I have subtitles on. Good. I don't want to show global stats because I'm playing offline, and I don't want to distract anybody from the decisions that we're making. So let's just go on in and continue where we left off. The prologue was in the last chapter, and we were playing as a now deceased girl named Beth, and we were trying to save our sister Hannah from a bunch of bullies who were making fun of her for her obsession, we'll say, with Mike. I know that's an aggressive term, but unfortunately we couldn't save her from that before it led to her death. But yeah, we'll listen to the music. Like I said, this is not the remake, so if you've played that most recently, I'm not sure what changes you'll notice. But yeah, I've played this game a couple of times. A long time ago once, with like family. Then the second time I played it, again, but with more immediate family. And that time I saved everyone because I'd seen it a lot of times on YouTube. I knew how to save everybody. And the next time I played it, trying different decisions, I only managed to save a few that time. I'm sure it was more recent in memory the last time, so perhaps I said who I saved in the prologue. But this time I'm planning to save nobody. And I really hope I succeeded doing that, because two of them were pretty difficult to kill. Especially if I have attachment to them, so hopefully I'll
Today is the one-year anniversary of the dreadful tragedy that
look
took
past
place on
that
Mount
for the
Washington.
mission.
Annie Klein was in charge of the investigation.
Thanks for having me, Marty.
Listeners, an update on Hannah and Beth Washington, the twins who are still missing.
1 year ago tonight, the Washington girls left the safety of their parents' lodge and headed out into a snowstorm.
Foul play.
Not officially, no. There is one individual we're considering as a person of interest, but his whereabouts are currently unknown. He has an interesting history with the Washington family. He had warned them against pursuing their construction project and claimed the land was sacred to his forefathers.
You know, there is still the old sanatorium on the mountain. Could he be hiding there?
My officers did search the grounds, but the girls themselves couldn't have made it that far.
Something about that mountain seems to breed tragic events.
More than you know, Marty.
Well, thank you for joining us, Annie. With all the Washingtons tonight, their son Josh, on this, the anniversary of the mysterious disappearance of Hannah and Beth Washington.
Well, hello, friends and fans. All right, let's do that again. All right. Well, hello, friends and fans. It's beyond awesome to have you guys all back this year. First off, I gotta say, I am super excited to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood Winter Getaway. Ah! So, let me just let you know, let's take a moment to address the elephant in the room for a second. I know you're all probably worried about me, and I know it's gonna be tough on all of us going back after what happened last year, but I just want you all to know, it means so much to me that we're doing this, and that I know it would mean so much to Hannah and Beth that we're all still here together, and I'm thinking of them. I really want to spend some quality time with each and every one of you, and just share some moments that we'll never forget for the sake of my sisters, and, you know. Okay, so let's party like we're fucking porn stars, okay? Make this one trip we will never forget, all right? Yes!
I love the way she cringed when she referred to the tragedy of his sisters as the elephant in the room. I will be collecting all of the clues, but none of the totems if I can avoid them. I tried to collect all the totems the last time I played, and I missed a couple, but I would rather... I don't think they're necessary. I think they can be a little spoily, and especially since I've already played the game, I would rather be an experience of someone who has not played it. But I am directing the experience. Huh. Chapter 1 is called Friendship. That's strange. I thought it was called Memento Mori. Intriguing. Maybe I listed it down wrong, or an update? I don't know. I don't update this. This is our first playable character that is like part of the main story. She's considerate, diligent, that's a very good trait, and adventurous, and she is Sam.
Hello? Someone there?
I'm playing with subtitles as I am aware that the majority of people usually that I've experienced like subtitles. I tend to not like subtitles, but it's because I feel like it blocks a lot of detail in the imagery, and I'm a very visual person. So like, for example, her lips, Josh's jaws and stuff, like jawline, I don't want to call it, but there's a lot of things that you can't really see with the words in front, and I'm okay with missing things. Whereas with subtitles, you don't really miss anything because you can read it, but I do think it is distracting and it's a little less immersive. So that's why I usually don't like to play with subtitles on. But for this playthrough, I will.
Oh, what? Damn it.
So that's another named character we've been given. We will be able to play as him as well, Chris. Huh, it's just the back of something. I wish I could look at it deeper or closer. But that doesn't count as a clue. A clue will show up and will say mystery found. And now we're gonna have a choice here between safe or quick. These decisions don't, I think they might influence how she shows up for us. I mentioned I won't be looking too much at each individual change that happens, but at the end I will, I think. I forget what I mentioned. Hopefully I'm consistent about it. But since Sam just took a long bus ride and she seems to be in a very thoughtful phase, I'm going to take the safe route for her. I will be playing as the characters rather than myself, but I'm gonna do my best to make it make sense. I'm not gonna do stupid things just for fun, but I will intentionally get them killed. But I will try to do it in a way that makes sense, and that includes Sam, who is probably the most good of all of them. Even with the decisions, some decisions are pushed. She's just like probably the one that they have emphasized the most as being the protagonist that you root for. And I think that is why they selected to choose her to go first. I don't remember if there's a way to walk faster, but yeah, this is the screen I was talking about. And I think, yeah, so we see all of them. We have Ashley, Chris, Emily, Jess, Josh, Matt, and Mike. We will be able to play as all of those characters at some point throughout this game. But I think LB, or L1, is the one that makes us move faster.
Hey, little fella. You hungry? Huh? Cutie.
But yeah, so a lot of times it'll say relationship updated, and sometimes it'll be specific. To save time, I'm not going to click them right away. I think I'm going to wait until the end, maybe. I don't know if because I might lose out on seeing it, so I'll try not to interrupt. And I'm going to skip this sign because it speaks about totems, and I think it's going to make me look anyway. But yeah, so if you want to pause and read that, it can be quite interesting. I think the color coordinates are very interesting, and it looks like I am gonna have to look at this totem, but luckily it's just a basic one. It's just about a little. Is it gonna work? Yeah. Fire. I keep pressing that button. I gotta chill with that. It is gonna make me look at it, it seems. So it's a yellow one. It's a guidance totem. They don't tell you exactly what to do or how to do it or what it does if you do it or if whether it is or not. Look, the future is uncertain. Whether or not the prophecy comes true depends on the choices you make. So that was another playable character arming a snowball, and we saw something there. So here we are. We're trying to use the cable car up to the mountain, which is quite the scenery. Wow. The past is beyond our control. I wonder who wrote that. I think she sometimes says something.
Graffiti all the way up here.
One could make that argument that the past is beyond our control. Chapter 1 only has one collectible clue, and it's not this.
You here? Bag's here. Where are you? You're not in the bag, are you? Hello. What do we have here?
This is the first real butterfly effect that we have, and I'm gonna choose not to snoop, because I think that's kind of rude.
Maybe I shouldn't go for Chris's stuff.
But yeah, sometimes you're like, oh, it's just a game. Even if I wouldn't do it in real life, I would do it now. But like I said, I'm trying to make it genuine. So Chris here has a crush on Ashley. That is what it says about him. What it said about Sam was she was Hannah's best friend, and Hannah passed away last year. Ashley is still alive and well. But Chris is protective, humorous, and methodical. Even though we're not playing as him, we still get to see what he's about. So he's a protective person. That's a good trait, usually. He's humorous. It's not a bad trait. And methodical, I think that's generally a good trait, unless, of course, the decision has to be made quickly.
Oh, so I found something kind of amazing.
What?
I'm not going to tell you. You got to see for yourself. Come on, it's this way.
Where?
Right around here. It's going to blow your mind.
So this is the status update I was talking about. I think what I said is I would check it quickly, but not speak about it at all. So her honesty went up and Chris went up slightly. I probably could have waited, but I don't think anything else changed. But good to know that it takes a little bit of time before everything changes. I think that's what I said I would do, and I'm going to plan to continue doing it. You know, sometimes your brain is consistent. You don't change your mind that often. So if I thought about doing it then, it's probably why I'm thinking about doing it now. Excuse me.
Beauties is not the word that comes to mind. Why is this even here?
They should have said gun lover as well.
What the hell is a shooting range doing at the base of a ski lodge?
Dude, have you ever met Josh's dad?
Yeah?
He thinks he's like Grizzly Adams or something. Want to try?
No, you go ahead, Grizzly.
All right, here goes.
Our first character change, it is 2111. This is using military time. Very interesting timing. Quick tutorial. They see this little thing that's ticking. These are pretty easy, but also good to know that it will likely get more difficult. I don't think it allows you to pull the trigger if you miss. I'm gonna try to pull the trigger. Yeah, it doesn't let me pull the trigger unless I'm accurate. Probably saves them a bit of time. It's pretty good. Nice shooting, Tex.
Wow, nice shooting, Tex.
All right, I'm bad. Badass.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess it was a wild case of beginner's luck.
Nah, I don't think so, girl.
I have to choose now. These are choices. I think they're both bottles, but since I'm confident in my ability, I'm going to shoot the one that's farther away.
Well, anybody and their brother could shoot a bottle that big, that close.
She's taunting. Now, this is a decision that I chose to make. I kind of did my man Chris a little dirty in my playthrough after I didn't save everybody, because I wanted to see a lot of the changes, because he's a pretty easy character to make good, but if you want to make him bad, you can, but I don't think he's that bad, and Sam is apparently an animal lover.
Nice shot.
Your ass just got sacked.
So let's not do her so, like, mean.
Hey, sharpshooter, a ride's coming.
Plus,
Wait, I'm just getting the hang of this.
Come on, Chris, the cable car.
it does affect your choices. If you choose to be mean to the animals will be mean back. Just keep that in mind if you choose to make your own choices. Now, I believe our first clue should be around here somewhere, but don't see it quite yet.
Coming back up here.
Nice thing about the subtitles is I can talk over them a little bit, but I still would rather avoid doing that.
Flooding back.
Here goes fast.
I didn't even have to click it this time. This is the one and only clue for this.
Nice. You think we'll get a visit from America's Most Wanted?
Looks like someone thought so.
Oh, come on. This place is abandoned most of the year. Nobody comes up here.
On the bus ride here, Sam was listening to a podcast or a radio show first. I don't know if this game was when podcasts were as popular, but strangely enough, this says July 1998, and I don't know what time.
Josh.
I don't know what year this is.
I don't know how he keeps it all together. I mean, I'd be a wreck.
Well, we're all just gonna have to keep an eye on him. Must be going through so much, and he seems like the kind of guy who's not gonna just ask for help, you know?
Yeah.
Anyone with information regarding this dangerous criminal should contact the BPMC as soon as possible. He was last seen on March 16th of 1998, and I think this is happening I don't know, it's a year since they did it last time. I don't know if this is a summer or a winter, but it's pretty cold, so it could be a winter, but it seems to be cold in the mountains during a lot of times. But he's wanted in connection with first-degree arson offense, as well as various death threats. And his name is Victor Milgram, but unfortunately we don't know anything else about him because we can't see his face. Collect clues to solve the mysteries of Until Dawn and increase your chances of survival. Press R1 to examine the clues that you've found. So here it seems like we just went up with Sam a little bit more because we chose not to shoot that. So that is one of the butterfly effect that you can look at. Yeah, Sam respected Chris's privacy. Chris was happy to see Sam. Like I said, I don't want to look through all these all the time, but I'll find a way to do it at some point. Maybe that could be what I do at the end of an episode. I'd look at the butterfly effect. But for this time, we're figuring it out. Chris chose not to shoot the squirrel. Nature remained in balance. So we'll look at the butterfly effects last. We won't be collecting totems. And there's 3 sets of clues. There's Mystery Man, 1952, and the twins. So in this episode, mission, whatever chapter, the only one that we see is clue 1, wanted poster. It tells you a torn up wanted poster about a fugitive on the mountain dated 1998. Someone didn't want people to see this. It was found at the lower cable car station. It's known as a wanted poster. And then you can see the text that it says there. And we read all that except for the Blackwood Provincial Mounted Constabulary Police Monte Provincial de Blackwood. French isn't my strong suit in terms of accent and speaking. Now that that's out of the way, we can just continue on as planned.
Yeah, that's weird. Door's locked.
Yeah. Josh wanted us to keep it locked to keep people out.
He said that? What people?
I don't know. He said they found people sleeping in the station one time.
Creepy.
Creepy.
After you.
Oh, real gentleman.
How did he do that? Did he pick the lock? That's crazy. Maybe he got the key and that's why he was able to let her in, I suppose.
What a crazy place to set up house. I mean, no matter how
Hotel
rich you
and
are.
sanitarium.
Rich. Family bought a mountain.
For a healthy body and mind. Huh. Usually I would expect sanatoriums are more... I don't know. Maybe it's a sanctuary type thing.
And I thought the car was closer.
Guess we gotta wait.
I'm starting to get the appeal of killing time at the shooting range. How long is this gonna take?
It's a big mountain.
Couple of cameras.
So beautiful.
Looks like that's the cable car station that we're at right now.
Sleeping giant.
You gonna publish?
What?
Your pretty poem. The sleeping giant of the Blackwood Forest.
Ski goggles. I hear the cable car arriving. Got a lot of good camera work here.
You coming?
Little skip right there.
I was
Whoops.
gonna stay here and catch some Z's, but okay.
Another reason I don't always like subtitles is sometimes I feel it spoils what they're going to say before they say it, which can sometimes affect the landing effect of their lines. But again,
It's like going to the
subtitles will be on. Oh, they're going to prom together.
Here we go.
Right. Adventure begins.
Oh, I hope this was the right thing to do.
What?
You know, getting everyone together on the anniversary. I mean, Josh seemed really pumped about us all doing something, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he definitely did. I haven't seen him so excited about something in forever.
Good. Good.
They should have
It's
said
hard to tell with him, and I'm
maybe
kinda
not.
worried.
No, it was a good idea.
I hope everyone else feels the same way.
We're all here, aren't we?
Thanks, bro. Good talk.
She seems
You know
happy.
what? Let's just stop talking about what happened and enjoy the trip.
You know what? You're right.
You know how Josh and I met?
No.
3rd grade. Josh sat in the back of the room, I sat in the front. We didn't even know each other existed. But the kid sitting next to Josh started strap snapping the training bra on the girl in front of him. So the teacher made him move to the front, where I was sitting.
Okay, so.
So I got moved to the back.
And
And next to Josh. That's how we met. I mean, and became friends to this day.
match made in heaven.
If it weren't for the fact that Jeannie Simmons hit puberty like 3 years early, and on that day decided to wear a low-cut shirt that showed off her training bra, I mean, who knows? You could be riding in this cable car alone. Right now. Or talking to some other person entirely. Boom. Butterfly effect.
That's really cool. It kind of emphasizes the point that Josh and Chris might not have been friends if it weren't for the fact that they were placed next to each other in a classroom without their choice. And that's why it said has a crush on Ashley instead of Josh's best friend, because maybe he's not. And this is Jess. I don't know, I think we'll be playing as her now, but I'm not sure. This is Mike's new girlfriend, and Mike is another character as well. She's confident. That's usually a good trait when tempered so that it's not out of control. Trusting is not always a good trait, but yeah. Irreverent, I actually don't know what that word means right now, but luckily I have my phone right here, so I can just be like, what does irreverent mean? Showing a lack of respect for people or things that are generally taken seriously. That can be like Chris's humorous. Not a bad trait, necessarily. As long as it's balanced by someone who does take things seriously. It looks like she got here by herself first.
What the hell?
That scared me.
Hey.
Jessica, over here! Are you guys having a really weird stroke?
We're stuck in this stupid thing.
Can you please let us out? Pretty please?
So Jess's full name is Jessica, and she's wearing her hair in braids. Have always been kind of a fan of that look.
Oh my god. I thought we were goners. Another 10 minutes in there and I would have chewed off my own leg.
Chris.
Look,
Humorous.
got a lot of meat on my bones. So muscle down here.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
Well, what do we have
Chris.
here? My goodness. Seems that someone has a little crush on our good friend and dear class president.
Class
Michael
president, wow, he's so
And
intelligent.
what kind of sizzling erotica might our Jessica be capable of imagining? I wonder.
Sizzling erotica. Do we want to be self-conscious? I think she said that she was confident, but what kind of... let's see. I'm gonna, even though I don't care that much, I'm gonna be annoying about it.
Give that back, you tool.
Tool and
You
die.
tool.
That's my motto.
Oh,
Tool
you're
and
such
die.
An idiot. Maybe nosy Nancy shouldn't go nosing around in other people's nostrils.
Yeah, I try not to do that as a rule.
Alliteration.
Jess, you can tell us.
She probably likes her English.
Whatever. You'll figure it out eventually.
All right. Let's just get up to the lodge already. It's getting tired of all this nature and junk.
You guys go ahead. I'm just gonna wait here for a bit. See who else is coming.
You mean Mike?
What? I mean, you know, whoever.
Uh-huh. Sam?
Did you see this view? I mean, holy cow. Sometimes I forget to just stop and take it all in.
It is cool to know that we know that her and Mike are together,
Seriously,
but
couldn't they have built
they
the
don't.
lodge like right where the cable car ends?
Yeah, so it does seem to surround certain people, in particular Mike, who we haven't met yet. And although I mentioned that Mike was intelligent, it seems that Emily gets that as a part of her description. First and foremost, intelligent. That is usually good as well, but I do think it can be a drawback, because even intelligent people are wrong sometimes. And if you act when you think you're right and you are wrong, the consequences are more severe usually than if you think you could be wrong when you do something you may think is right. But resourceful, that's helpful in survival situations, I suppose. And persuasive, that's a pretty good trait, but you might not make too many friends if you abuse that power.
I don't think it would have been like as pretty.
Emily's new boyfriend. Motivated is pretty good. I prefer diligent though, but motivated is a good start. Ambitious can be, if tempered as well. Sometimes overambition can lead you to try to achieve your goals in ways that aren't as positive. And active, that's pretty good if you're able to be active. It's pretty good if you try to. That might also help in a survival setting.
You know?
And where's the bellboy when you need one?
This is 13 minutes afterwards, so we should all be meeting up at some point, I would expect.
Getting chills.
Yeah, he's active. He's strong.
No, I'm getting kind of creeped out.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be weird seeing everyone up here again.
He's wearing
Another, like,
sweatpants
regular party.
and Letterman.
What do you think?
Oh my god!
Jesus!
Mike is Emily's ex. He's also intelligent, so I got that there. But he's also driven and persuasive. So 2 of the 3 traits match with Emily's. But he's also driven, which I like. I like driven. Driven, motivated, ambitious. They all are kind of similar, but driven and diligent probably are 2 of the closer ones. I think diligent and driven are pretty close. Because driven means you get to where you need to go, in my opinion. But I'm not going to look up that word. I think I'm happy with my definition.
You guys.
Michael!
You really should have seen your faces.
Calls him by her full
I
name.
almost clocked him just now.
Yeah, okay. You
Michael,
were kind
you're a
of
jerk.
distant.
Come on, guys.
But he did drop the
All
bags.
friends, you're right. No need
Hopefully
for
there's nothing
violence.
fragile
No
in
harmless
there.
Fun. We're up in the woods. It's spooky. Come on, let's get into the spirit of things.
The spirit of things? Seriously, what's wrong with you?
I'm just trying to lighten the mood, Em. Don't be like that.
Like what?
The way you're being. You always get like this.
You always get like this. I'd be a little pissed, but now that I know we're playing as Matt, we were walking with the bags. I like that there's no time limit here, so I get to think a lot more about these decisions. A poker player's dream. I don't know. I don't think Emily's into pansies.
Michael, you gotta step off. Emily and I are together now, and that's just the way it is. I'm not gonna tell you again. Do we understand each other?
Well, I thought maybe we could move past all this. Be buds, but yeah, fine.
Mike.
No, it's totally cool. I'm just gonna head down the road, be all mature and shit by myself. Peace.
I think you got the message.
Kinda hot when you get all alpha, you know that? Oh, crap.
What?
Hey, could you take these the rest of the way?
The bags?
Yeah, just all the bags.
Why?
I need to go find Sam.
Okay.
Sorry, I really need to go find her. I totally forgot I needed to talk to her before we get all the way up there.
This really can't wait. We're almost there.
It's
Don't be a
important.
pansy, Matt.
Please.
Ooh, persist. I'm not leaving you alone. Let's see. This is tough. Based on what I know about Emily, this intelligent girl, usually intelligent women like to be allowed to do their own thing sometimes. Which I'm not saying that less intelligent women don't, but I feel like she might react in a hostile manner if I persist a little too much. And since she likes that I'm all alpha, I think I'm gonna try to continue showing that I can handle my own.
All right. Fine. If it's so important, I guess I can pack horse it the rest of the way. But you owe me one.
Excuse me?
Well, then we're even, at least.
I'll
Damn.
think about it.
Just be careful.
See you up there, sweetie.
This isn't that loving of a relationship, in my opinion. The owe me one. This isn't a favor, my guy. You're just doing your duty. You don't need thanks for that. Let's look at these status updates though, real quick. His romantic skyrocketed. Emily went up and Mike went down, as to be expected. But yeah, you just let her go. If she wants to, I don't know. She chose to be with him. We'll see if it endures, but I can't tell if that excuse me sounded a bit hurt. So it might have been the wrong choice, I admit, but hey, that's the beauty of this game, is there's no really right or wrong choices unless you're pursuing a certain goal. But look at that beauty. Ashley has a crush on Chris, and Chris has a crush on Ashley. That does seem like it could work. I do like that word inquisitive. It's more a curious thing, where you like to acquire knowledge, not necessarily that you have it all. Like intelligent, I feel like, is like a brain thing, whereas inquisitive is like a mind thing. Academic, she's studious. That probably goes together with inquisitive. Academic success can have to do with intelligence, but it also has to do with studying. And forthright as well. It seems like, fuck, I'm gonna look that word up too. Define forthright. Direct and outspoken, straightforward and honest. genuinely positive. Just be careful who you say things in front of, because you might get a negative reaction. Honesty tends to be a good trait, but you have to be careful who you're being honest to, lest they come back and bite ya. Oh, okay. We get to have her eyes for a little bit of time.
Hello. Somebody's getting a little friendly.
Oh wow, he's playing with her
Not in a friend
ears.
zone kind of way.
Oh.
They might need to check the expiration date on their big breakup.
Hey, whoa. Sorry there. Sorry about that, Ash. I didn't mean to scare
Jeez
you.
Louise,
Well, I
Matt.
did mean to scare you, sort of scare you, but not like for real.
Southern
Gosh,
girl.
oh my gosh.
Hey, wow. Man, I'm really sorry, Ash. Damn.
Jeez Louise. Gosh.
What are you looking at? See anything juicy with that thing?
It,
Let me check it out.
no,
Okay, so she knows what she saw. She knows their situation. She said she's honest. And in this situation, it's kind of like, as a girl, sometimes girls tend to be, not that I'm bashing men, but there are, in my experience, men sometimes tend to withhold this type of information when I haven't seen girls do it as much. And I honestly gotta side with the ladies on this one. I think it's important to be honest when people are in their relationships with what their partners are doing, if that information is presented to you.
sure, go ahead. Knock yourself out, I guess.
Son of a bitch. Seriously, Emily? What the hell, man?
Hey, listen, it's probably nothing.
Nothing, you think?
Well, yeah.
Is it ever just nothing with him?
They would not have a good relationship, but hey, have some fun, have some fun. That's the thing, yeah, they're acted and they look like 20s perhaps, but they're supposed to be younger than that. I don't think they say necessarily that they're in high school, but it does sound like they're young. I'll see if I can get an actual age on them eventually. Maybe they are in college age for all I know. But the fact that they were talking about prom, I think they may be like seniors. We're gonna let Jessica try to be a little bit more like Mike. Let's go the intelligent. Not that you can't get your information from your phone, but there's something different about the page on paper, that the word cannot be altered as easily, at least. The published word that went through an editor first. Oh my god.
Oh, you did not just do that.
I'm getting got with some of these jump scares.
We've got you surrounded.
But who am I to retaliate? What choice do I, a supple young rebel girl, have but to surrender to the strapping military guard come to take me into custody?
I'm gonna be a little bit more submissive.
Sneaky.
Thing!
Crap.
Gotta
Chase
say
me,
hi to
chase
the
me.
hero.
Apologies, I'm playing as Jessica here. I gotta
You hiding, little chickadee.
embrace the bodies I'm being given here.
Hey! Bam!
Damn, I got knocked.
Hello? Come on.
I guess now I don't have to feel bad about getting him.
Hey, Mike. Boom, shakalaka.
You got me. Fair enough.
You can't hide from me, Michael. I know all your tricks.
That was the totem. So cute.
Okay. No more.
Oh yeah. Oh more. Oh, you're going down.
I riled him up, all right.
Done city.
So did I go down?
I don't think so.
I think you'd know so if I did.
Well. What's the Snowball King get for defending his kingdom from oppression and tyranny?
Oh, I'm oppression and tyranny in this scenario?
Hey, we've all got parts to play.
I think you just landed the role of guy not getting any.
Kinda tease. Use your hands, girl, but I guess I did tell her to be submissive, but I think...
Wow. Save some for later, buddy.
So she is smart, too.
We should get up to the lodge.
Endless reserves, that's facts.
It's so nice out here, though. Pretty breathtaking.
I mean, I could stay out here for pretty much ever, provided I was making out with you the whole time.
Just making out?
Oh, snap.
Quote, unquote.
Damn,
Wow,
she's leading
I
him.
think we might freeze to death.
Careful,
somewhere
careful there.
between those quotes.
Yeah.
Nice little change of music there, but definitely adds a little bit of... I don't want to call it foreshadowing, because I don't know what's going to happen, but she does seem to be hinting that she wants a little more. I think there's a way that she could have avoided that if she didn't want it. She doesn't want to just settle for kisses, it seems. And it looks like that will be the end of the chapter. Every time we see this Dr. Hill, it means the chapter is concluding. So I think I'm going to make sure to do this part. I unfortunately didn't get to look at the status. I apologize for that, but I'm pretty sure romantic and my relationship with Mike probably went out based on what I saw.
Concerned about your situation. This time, we're going to try to understand the root of your anxiety.
Stress, anxiety,
Now,
depression.
pick up that book. Turn the pages. You will see a set of pictures and symbols. I want you to identify which image in each set makes you the most anxious.
In this case, we struggle with anxiety. Alright, so since we don't know who we're playing as, we got the gloves on to hide any details about our skin color or our type of hands. I'm gonna be a little honest here. I'm gonna speak as if I'm the one playing it, so I guess you'll get to know me a little bit closer. And I gotta be honest, women don't worry me as much as men do, because I think men tend to sometimes think a little less and act in ways that are more aggressive, so I'm a little bit more careful making men like antagonizing men. Whereas I tend to trust women more, and if their means are more deceptive, I think I have a brain that can decipher that a little bit more easily. I can probably decipher when a man is angry too, but if I had to choose, I'd probably pick men. Planes don't necessarily scare me. I kind of like the peacefulness of it, and I trust that my life is in someone else's hands. Whereas in a crowd, I know that I'm very active. If something's gonna happen, I could get lost, I could lose who I'm with, I could get robbed. Those are the types of things that would frighten me in a crowd, more so than a plane where all I really can do is sit, and I'm even comfortable enough to sleep on planes. That's how trusting I am. Because if anyone's gonna try to steal something from me, someone A, would see it, and B, they'd have nowhere to go. This kind of goes in with the last one, because I was thinking about if you fear heights versus fear drowning. I definitely remember this one movie, I think it was a James Bond movie, I hope that doesn't spoil anything, where someone was trapped in a cage underwater, and that kind of traumatized me a little bit. So I've always had a fear of drowning, just the ability to need to breathe and not be able to, that kind of scares me, whereas a fear of heights, I feel like, I mentioned this before, that if I were to fall, I'd probably do a flip. It does make something serious sound a little bit lighthearted, which kind of sounds like Jess's irreverent trait. So I definitely, and I figure like it would be scary if I survived the fall, but usually I would probably die. But I guess if you survive, you could survive the drowning. It's a similar thing. If you lack air for too much time, you might have brain damage. Whereas with a fear of heights, you would have body damage. And I think I'm a little bit more afraid of the physical than the mental. I don't know if that made sense. I think rats scare me a little bit more because they can spread disease, whereas snakes, they do spread poison, but I think poison can be dealt with an antidote or taking it out, whereas illnesses you don't always notice and they spread more easily than poison does. So I'd say rats a little bit more so than snakes. Plus, snakes are shrewd, so they have some admirable qualities, and rats, they get their way sometimes, but they're kind of sneaky about how they do it, and I don't really like that. They're both deceptive animals, you could call it, but one is a little bit more dangerous to me, in my opinion. I like knives, and I do dislike that guns are so lethal. Whereas knives can have multiple purposes. You can use them to like open packages, open boxes, perhaps cut food, things like that. I think that guns' only purpose are to kill. Yeah, you could say you shoot bottles, shoot whatever, but the reason those guns were made were to actually kill people, to defend yourself from scary people. So some people might say that guns, that's why I don't really fear zombies as much when I play it, is because I know that I have a gun to protect myself with. But in the real aspect of it, things, like, I feel like I would fare better getting cut than I would getting shot. I kind of like cockroaches, honestly, because this one episode of Better Call Saul, they show it in a very interesting manner. This guy transporting drugs across the border as a cockroach, like they sneak through and they pop out, but I know people have like those nightmares. There was this one episode of One Piece that I fucking loved that involved cockroaches that I thought were hilarious, so like, I think I like cockroaches. I'm not afraid of them, really. Plus, they're pretty easy to kill if you must. I apologize to all the cockroaches I've killed. You're in my heart, but not literally, thankfully. Okay, we're changing categories here, it seems. So now it's like more about people. Although, well, not really, because scarecrows aren't really people. They're things that look like people but aren't. But clowns can be actual people, and sometimes people make jokes about clowns and that they're scary. The most recent one is that they call people with big feet, they have clown feet, which is kind of mean, admittedly. Brings me back to when I was watching Naruto and they called one of these characters Four Eyes because he had glasses on. I thought it was kind of funny, but I didn't realize that it was something mean. So I called this kid in my 4th grade class Four Eyes, and apparently they thought I was being mean when I was just sharing information. But that's the thing with these shows and games, if you're witnessing it now, you gotta really learn what things mean, because they could have meanings that you're not aware of. So the reason the scarecrows are called scarecrows is because they're meant to scare away crows from like farmers so that they don't eat the thing. So like, there's an actual purpose for them, and they're supposed to scare crows. They're not supposed to scare people. Whereas clowns, they were supposed to be for kids, but from that depiction of them, they're supposed to be scary. And after being popularized by the book It, which eventually became a movie, and I watched those, but I read the book first, that was pretty frightening, but they never really scared me. So I guess in this case, if I had to be chased by a scarecrow or a clown, like, I think a scarecrow would be a little bit more frightening to me. I don't know why. I guess it might be because I'm not a kid, and I never had any real traumatizing experience with clowns. Whereas, like, when I watched, like, this like, Ninja Kamui show, which it was alright. I saw a lot of scarecrows, and it was a very frightening thing. So I would associate scarecrows with more trauma than I would with clowns. I generally have positive memories with clowns, whereas with scarecrows, they're not negative, but they're not positive either. And I've never been much of a farmer. Whereas a jester, I have my moments. Ugh. Gore disgusts me, and crows are scary. Gore does not disgust me, but I don't appreciate it either. I don't really think crows are scary. I actually like winged creatures. I think they're very pretty. They're majestic. They're cool. And so I would probably lean towards the gore disgusts me, which is interesting because I play games with gore, but since they're games, it doesn't affect me as much as, like, if I were to see gore in real life, I think I would fucking vomit, admittedly. Maybe that makes me a pussy, but sorry for the use of that word. I don't mean it in a derogatory way. I just, like, someone might say, oh, be a man. But hey, you should see some of these women that can do some of these surgical things. So, I guess, I don't know. I'm probably gonna stick to gore. Gore disgusts me because I don't really mind crows. I feel like I could take one if I had to, even if they cut me, which I guess goes with the guns versus knives debate as well. Oh my god, why would you do that to me? Yeah, you... See, I read it before he said it. I didn't have time to... It takes away the immersion, the realness of it. But I won't be nervous.
Try to speed up a bit. The more you rely on your instincts, the more honest your answers will be, and the more enlightening you will find this experience.
Doesn't want me to waste more time. Sheesh, a spider like that is a little harder to kill, so it kind of competes with the rats. That's true. That metronome makes me a little nervous. Don't be nervous, but that ticking makes me nervous. I know I don't have a time limit, so I still want to take my time. But I don't really find spiders as scary as rats. But if I were to act quickly, I probably would have picked the spiders. But I would probably stick with rats, just because spiders tend to be peaceful unless they need to defend themselves. And they don't tend... I don't hang around... I don't know. Spiders are a little less commonplace if you're not in like a desert. Whereas rats could be in a city. And I've been in a lot of cities, and I like going to cities sometimes. So like spiders I kind of can coexist with them, I think. I fucking hate needles. But I get over it sometimes, depending on like who's using them. Like in shows, and they often show really like really scary situations about like putting people like not down, but putting people out for a little bit of time with needles, which is scary. But I've also had good experiences with needles, you know, because sometimes like nurses or doctors or whoever, if they're nice doctors, like you don't have fear because they like talk you down, they walk you through it, they're like it's okay. So it's a comforting experience sometimes too, and it's usually for a good purpose. It's to make you feel better, to make you better. So I'm gonna stick with gore here because they can't help me from if my guts are falling out. Zombies or scarecrows, huh? I welcome zombies. I welcome zombies. As long as I'm not in them. That's the scary thing, is like if it's like if you're dead and your body lives on, like fine, but like my soul is watching over it. It's fine. I don't really fear dogs. I kind of don't mind them. I am allergic to a good amount of dogs, which kind of sucks, but I'm not afraid of them. They're generally pretty friendly, although that dog looks like an angry one. If I had to fight one, okay, but usually they're man's best friend, you know. They're more likely to be on my side unless I antagonize them. Like the same thing with the zombies. If I needed to put it down, if it was really gonna hurt me, I could, assuming I had a weapon. But even if I didn't, I might have to take a bite or two, but I have some advantages, I guess. And it would suck to damage a dog. Like I would never want to do that, but if it's to protect my own life or my family's life or something like that, like maybe I'd have to, you know. I love storms. As long as I'm inside. It depends on which ones, like the wind and stuff. But lightning strikes, if you gotta respect the storm. You gotta respect the storm. And you'll be okay. But if you don't respect the storm, if you challenge it, like of course, it'll beat you. It's nature.
An awful. The sun combination sounds like a good Friday night.
Rats, scarecrows, and awful. Yeah, I guess so. Like a hayride.
Well, I'm afraid once again we're out of time, but I promise we'll talk again very soon.
Okay, he promised, so why wouldn't I believe him? Whew. Okay, I don't think I can go to the main menu, but I can close out whenever. So it's gonna say that previously on. I'll wait to show that next time. I'll be respectful about that for people who may not be watching it all at once. But this is from the prologue.
Hannah! What's going on? Where's my sister going?
So I guess we'll pause it and we'll close out from there. It's been Tog. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe for more content. Share with your friends if you think they may be interested, or family. I don't know your life. But yeah, I hope you have a great time. This is currently Christmas Eve, then I'm filming it on 2024. So yeah, I'm gonna take some time to enjoy that. But I'll probably edit this tomorrow on Christmas. And maybe watch some basketball as well. So I'm not sure what you chose to do for it, whether you celebrate it or not. It's still December 25th, but you must have been doing something that day. But I hope you'll stick with me throughout this series. It's going to be not too long. It's only going to be these 11 parts, the prologue plus the 10 chapters, and I'll release one a month. So I'm not certain when the next one will be. You can check the description. If it's not out yet, I'll have the date that I'm planning to release it at least. But for now, that was Chapter 1, Friendship. So yeah, it's been Tog, like I said. But yeah, be smart. Peace out.